Hey, how you doing? This is the second Eurokies podcast. I'll be leading this one. My name's Brendan. I've of course got Marcel with me.
Hello, hello.
Because it would be very boring if I didn't have somebody to talk to. Today, we are going to be talking about multiplayer games, which will lead specifically into Overwatch, which is currently our multiplayer game of choice. But let's just have a quick chat about multiplayer games in general. We see a lot of discussions, of course. We talked in our last podcast about different directions we feel that Microsoft and PlayStation are going. Microsoft choosing more a multiplayer, style game. PlayStation still favouring the story-driven game. But obviously, PlayStation still have a wealth of multiplayer games out there. It's not like they've turned their back on them in any way.
As far as I know, they have this exclusivity, they had at least, with Call of Duty and Activision about DLC first coming to PlayStation, right? So they are putting somewhere in the multiplayer arena, but I feel Microsoft is leading still. It's ahead.
So the big two at the moment, I think it's fair to say, Stone Mountain is hammering them both. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Fortnite. How do you feel? They're more like your battle royale style multiplayer games. How do you feel about these games?
Personally, I have played Fortnite, and this is not my style of game. Like I've mentioned in the previous episode, I feel I'm a bit too old for this. My reflexes are not up to speed. I feel like every 10-year-old could beat me. But what takes me off it's from Fortnite, for example. It's the building mechanics.
Oh, it's crazy. You're just watching... I struggle to even watch, a stream. They're just literally throwing these walls and slopes up in front of them as they go. And
for me, feels like it's a Minecraft 2.0, mate. It's literally that. And I just cannot get into it. I probably could if there was no building mechanic, but it's not my style of game. But I do see the appeal of the Battle Royale. I don't think I've encountered my personal favorite yet, but it's very interesting thing. They mixing it up now. They coming up with that. Oh, they already is the DLC 50 versus 50. There was this game ages ago on PS3 called I think Mac. It was 256 players, right?
Yeah.
It was like 128, I think, versus like the half and half, right? Against each other, face off. But the moment I heard about this, I pre-ordered that game, and it was the biggest disappointment ever because there was a massive map, but it was cut into sectors, right? So, for example, your team was fighting for the gate for this base. Other team was defending the base. Other one was somewhere in the valley. So you never experienced the epicness of 256 players.
It wasn't a true 256.
It was like maybe 20 versus 20 the biggest battles, right?
Yeah.
Which is still, quite a big fight. But it never came to its full potential. It felt like a disappointment.
The idea of that style of game does appeal to you. Yes. Just at the moment, these two games aren't quite there.
Yes, the PlayerUnknown Battleground, it feels like I'm a bit late to the party.
Yeah, that one appeals more to me than Fortnite. But yeah, I agree. I am the kind of player that will spend more time in a loading game waiting state than in game. Because, get good.
Yeah,
is the answer. I agree with that completely. But it's like, I'm not sure how much time I'm prepared to commit to get good at this game. I will loot and find a gun like, oh, thank you, baby, thank you. And then dead.
The other thing for me in because I'll be honest with you, there's like 3 times I had my fingers on the trigger with the player unknown. There's a few times I was waiting in the checkout and like looking at the title, like I should get it. Oh no, maybe, yeah, no, later. And I never got it because it felt the hackers, mate.
Yeah.
That just breaks this is one of the main reasons I never play multiplayer on my favorite games on a PC. It's like Dark Souls. There's the people, it's crazy just hacking a game. On the consoles, I hear that it's still getting hacked, but it's like
not in the same way.
You need to be really unlucky to find a hacker on the console, right?
Yeah.
On the PC, it's like feels like every other guy, it's a hacker. So this is it's me. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't need to think really, whatever you think of it. But it feels, the hackers breaks the game for me with the player unknown.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. I think it's an idea that bit of development. And you know what? Maybe it's not one kill and dead, but I do understand the idea of the last man standing.
Yes.
It's good, but like for me, I'm just never gonna progress that far. I don't think there'll be no chicken dinners in my future anyway. So anyway, we're gonna now talk about a game we are much more familiar with, Overwatch. It's fair to say we are both lovers of this game.
Yes.
Some of the topics we are going to discuss here may lead you to think otherwise. But we play this game regularly.
Before we get into the subject, mate, do you want the Battle Royale come to Overwatch?
No.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I don't think it wouldn't work.
It's the same thing we talked in the last episode. All the games becoming in one game.
Yeah.
And I think one of the appeal for me right now with Overwatch, it's the different game. It's a hero-based game, right? And I want it to stay this way. I don't want it to be a Battle Royale. I don't want to be a 26 heroes against 26 heroes.
If there was to add a temporary game mode, I would probably play it, but I would rather it was a temporary game mode that disappeared with the next patch.
I just don't want it.
Overwatch and Blizzard have focused heavily on team mechanic. You need to pick a balanced team. Now, we know there are certain issues surrounding that at the moment, which we'll come back to. But that's ideally what they want. They want to create a 6 people, 1 unit. No, we're not having 6 lone wolves. We know it happens.
But Brandon, I really want to play my DPS. I really want to play that soldier. But there's no healer. What to do? Oh wait, soldier can heal. I just gotta play as a soldier.
Pro tip right there. You're a soldier. You don't need to keep telling us you need healing. You can heal yourself. Anyway, so you've been playing Overwatch longer than me. You said maybe season 4, 5.
Yeah.
I joined in the back end of 7 after foolishly refusing to buy the game because I felt it was too cartoon-like.
Yes.
There is a YouTube video on our channel where I do publicly apologise for that statement. It was very foolish of me. I was wrong. It's an excellent game. It's an excellent, excellent multiplayer game. Come on, who's your main at the moment? Who's your main?
I
know it's changed a lot over the seasons.
I've started as a main Symmetra. I know people hate me for it.
This guy's Symmetra. Let me tell you.
Now I don't have a main. I think that's my problem. I'm more of a whoever we need the guy.
Do you think the end of last season kind of made you that way? Because I keep touching on it. We are coming to it, but I think that really did affect the gameplay. I mean, I'm Diva through and through. I absolutely adore her. She's fantastic. I was playing her at first and they nerfed her, kind of killed her, but then they kind of worked on her again, brought her back. She's a tank, she kicks ass. Her pistol when she's out of the mech, beautiful. Love her. She's my attacking main at the moment. I do like playing a bit Torbjorn in defence. We'll play Arisa if someone else wants to play Torbjorn. That's kind of how I lean at the moment, I do know, you was heavily focused on the team balance towards the end of last season. And we believe we know part of the reason for this.
Yes.
Let's talk very quickly about Overwatch League. Right, well, forget the gameplay itself. Figure out the game and Overwatch League. What are your thoughts on the Overwatch League?
Mate, there's an Overwatch game, and there is an Overwatch game after the league. There's, for me, it's clear. The game, the people that are playing it, the style of how they're playing it have changed.
Yes.
It's not very obvious, but if you stay on it and play, and if you have played it throughout the game, you will see this. You will see people, at least on like gold level, which we are playing currently. The people will pick characters, like we are defending the point, and we have suddenly 4 attack heroes while defending, which sounds crazy. But you know what? Those, those people, Asian players that make money off playing, spending probably 16 hours every day playing those characters, can play, maybe 3 assault characters in defense, and they still win. But guess what, brother? You're not spending 8 or 16 hours playing this character, so you're not as great. So you're playing assault character on defense, you're gonna bring us down. And this is the main issue for me. People playing characters that, in theory, if that's the main character, that's the main, they should be excellent with it.
Yes.
They should be wrecking. So even if you pick that Tracer on defense, you should be doing some damage. But I'm not seeing it.
No, I think you're absolutely right. There are 3 characters at the moment that I've really fallen out with. I weren't huge fans anyway. Genji, Tracer, and Sombra. Now, you watch Overwatch League. These guys kick ass. Yeah. But we are talking grandmasters here. Yes. We're not talking, high silver, early gold. And when you pick that team and you can see straight away, guy's not even got a star yet. He's not even reached level 100 yet. He's playing Genji, and he's adding absolutely nothing to the team dynamic. And straight away, to me, it screams, you've seen Genji in Overwatch League, where he is absolutely wrecking, yet you can't play him in the same way.
I think there's this perception of picking that character. And, you might be good at it, right? You want to get better at it, and you're playing the competitive game. That's the problem. Do you want to get great at this character, or do you want to win the game?
Yes.
If the question is you want to win the game, you should play by the rules of the game, by the sort of the meta that exists, right? We defending, we pick the, 2 tanks, 2 defense, 2 healers, right? We are defensive team.
Yeah, we're holding a point.
Yes.
Tracer running 300 miles. I've been in a game where we're holding and you're running towards that point in overtime and you can see the Tracer on it and you're like, just hold, just wait, I'm coming. And then they zoom off it and like, boom, game lost. And it's like, you haven't got enough control of that character to hold the point, and you've opted to stay alive almost by dashing off the point, then you've just thrown the game away. Now, a team can take one of these people who want to get good at that character. It can. What it can't take is 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. And I've been involved in games where it's like, oh, come on now, please. We've just had a good attacking run.
I feel like this conversation is pointless. I think it's like a common sense,
Yeah, it should be. But
I feel we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like, if your team is losing and you feel like you're getting frustrated and you're dying, you should maybe think about switching your character. Maybe it's not the best time to play as your sort of, maybe not main character or the character that is your main, for example, Reaper on the defense, right? If you had that Death Blossom, you have one kill on the kill, haven't killed anybody. Switch, get a tank. It's just frustrating to watch.
Frustrating
to be in a game when the people just it feels like they're there just to make you miserable.
Yeah,
it's
how you said earlier is like, do you want to, win the game or get better at this character whilst playing competitive? Rest assured, everybody else in the team wants to win the game. It's like that's so much more crucial than your own personal, score, your own personal kill count. If you can play these characters and get a high kill count, fantastic. But if you're not getting a high kill count with these assault characters, please just consider just adding something else to the team instead.
I mean, if you want to practice, for crying out loud, practice. I mean, but back in the day when I was still I was a young dude, right? I was like a teenager. I played hours and hours of Unreal Tournament, right? This game. Have you played it? I don't know. Do you know?
No. Oh, played Unreal. No, not the tournament. Sorry, yeah.
But Unreal, it's very similar first-person shooter, based on the arena, right? You have like capture the flags, other stuff. I played with like bots, right? Always selecting very high level, and I used to play it like you can increase the game speed. So I used to increase the game speed with every game, like 5%, And by after like 3 hours, I was playing like 130% of the game speed.
Jesus.
And when I start playing with normal people, like online, they were like only like moving 100%. I was like,
outthinking them.
Yeah, I was like superhuman, I was like reacting faster than them. I was wrecking it. And, maybe this is the way for you to go. If you wanna like get good at the character, practice. Get your friends. If you don't have a friend, I don't have a friend. Well, you can always meet people online. Yeah. Send them a message. Invite them.
You can create. There are lobbies out there created for actual character-specific lobbies as well.
Yeah, they say like hands only or only something. Blah, blah, blah.
Rest assured, you're going to get wrecked in there.
Oh, yeah.
But what you're not going to do is affect somebody else's competitive score. Right. Let me ask you this: the quick play option.
Yes.
Do you think that's a good place to go practicing your new characters?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Ideally, you want to practice with someone that will counter you. You play Genji. You want someone to come against you, someone counters Genji well, like Symmetra or Moira, right? Because he can bounce the beam.
Yeah.
So you want someone come at you with this way, so you can figure out a way to outsmart them, outplay them. Avoid them, right? And on the different maps, right? In different circumstances, moving the payload, no payload, holding the point. You want to do this, practice the situations, practice not dying. Sometimes, instead of getting that kill, it's more important not to die.
Yes.
And hold the point, for example.
Yes, absolutely.
Trade-offs, you just need to use your common sense.
But sometimes, it got to a position where it's almost like tank or healer. We haven't got either. Which one should I pick then?
I have been in the
because
situation.
It's like, okay, they've all picked what I sometimes like to refer to as one-shots.
Yes.
Because you come up against a decent Widowmaker and it's 1, 1, 1, 1,
Yes.
1. Check that kill feed.
Check that exactly.
And she, whereas with a tank you can take a hit and hold the point with a tank easier. But yet when nobody else is playing the game, it's like, oh hell.
I mean, this is why you have a role, right? You got an assault, you have a tank. Get a couple of tanks, maybe 3, maybe 2 healers, maybe 1 assault, right?
So.
And that's like very different, but also valid team for defending.
There's no hard and fast rules, of course.
But
what you believe to be a good team balance, somebody else would argue isn't.
But again, you got like 3 tanks and 2 healers. There is a lot of damage you need to do to push that team away from the point. And again, maybe just 1, but you got the 1 assault character, maybe that Farah that is somewhere in the sky, just sending those rockets, pounding people. So you need to be strict and like we need to do meta. We need to play, you know, one defense, you know, or whatever. You don't need to exactly adhere to all the rules that maybe those YouTubers or people other that coming up with or people in the league. You don't need to follow them.
No.
The objective, if you play competitive, it's about to winning a game.
Yes.
Right? If you want to practice, get a body or get a quick play and just carry on practicing your. But
consider the dynamic of the team, for God's sake. You know, if somebody else has picked that, you know, similar character, just because you want to play that, you know, consider the team. Take one for the team every now and then.
Yeah, should be.
I, one day, actually got quite enraged with the fact that when Overwatch League was at its peak, shall we say, and we were all watching it. We'd all picked our skin for our team, you know, and all that, and everybody was watching it. I got so mad one day. It actually reminded me, and you can go and see this post on Facebook. I kind of did like my attempt at an open letter to Blizzard, if you like. And it's based around, it felt to me, Overwatch League was having, whilst it was hugely positive, because everybody was interested, everyone was excited, everyone liked it, it also added a negative effect to the gameplay.
Yes.
And that was by people trying to emulate what they were seeing unsuccessfully. And my post kind of likened it to when I was a child and we'd all go playing football, and that was fine. We all enjoyed playing football. But then, do you know what? Every 4 years, the World Cup comes out. And everyone's not just playing football anymore. Someone's playing as Ronaldo from Brazil. Someone's playing, you know, as Rui Costa from Portugal. You know, all of a sudden, everybody's a professional. And all of a sudden, like, your teammates aren't passing the ball because they've watched that player and he doesn't pass. He's so good. He just goes past everybody. Yeah. He scores every time. It's like, yeah, but you're not him.
No.
You know, nice try. I can see why you want to be that person, but you're not. You know, please don't do that. And the two, for me, really paralleled each other. It's like, this is what's going on here.
Yeah.
I've just watched this guy last night with Genji, and he was indestructible. He was bouncing his bullets, and he was darting, and he's getting that kill, and then he was back, and he was bouncing bullets again. Great. There is nothing better than playing against an inadequate Genji.
Yes.
When he drops in front of you, and he poises his sword, and you think, okay, I'll wait, you know, and then as soon as it's finished, because you know he's darted in as well, so he's used that as well. It's like, right, okay, you're done. And then you can finish him, you know, Roadhog, hook, dead.
Yeah.
You know, McCree, stun, dead. You know, and it's great when that happens. When it's not great, of course, is when they're on your team. And maybe this is just, in fact, no, I'm not even going to say that. I truly believe, I think we both do, we had another problem from mid to the end of last season. Maybe it was encouraged by what we've just talked about, because it was very angering. But it's a huge problem for me, people leaving.
Oh my God.
People leaving mid-game. And maybe it's due to the rage of seeing this and being involved with this, and I was thinking, this is crap. And it is crap. But there's nothing worse than somebody leaving. I would rather take a mediocre Genji who's trying than a crybaby that's going to leave after the first round.
Yeah.
Because there's no other... Oh, his internet might have been bad. Yeah, you know what? It might have been. But it happened so much. You know, again, touching on another... We are on social media, by the way. The last post I referenced was 11th of February on Facebook, Eurokies Gamers, should you want to go and check this out. But again, on the 12th of January this year, I was tweeting at Play Overwatch. And my first tweet on this day, awesome day today, played 4 games, 3 games, somebody left. My score was 1 win, 3 losses. People leaving comp games really starting to take its toll now. This was followed up quite quickly by my next tweet, correction, an amazing 4 out of 5 games someone left. What the F? Now, when you play a day and you play 5 games and you lose 4 games, you know what effect that has on your point scores.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to out our levels here, but we're not grandmasters. We're not platinums. We're just regular lovers of the game. We just play it for fun. We enjoy it. We're like a lot of people out there. We're not special. You're not going to see any super Overwatch gameplays on our channel. We just love playing the game. It's our, shout out to our 3rd team member.
Yeah.
Tickler Free, as we like to call him. This is just what we do for fun. You lose 4 games out of 5 in one day. That's your point score taking a real hammering. Real hammering. No, that's literally could wipe out a week of good work.
Yeah. In one night.
In one morning as this was. But yeah. And to then, for me, it's perfect that someone left, game lost. Someone left, game lost. We've been in the game. Someone leaves. Game lost.
Yeah.
You know straight away. It's a loss.
Yeah.
I have been involved where it's been turned around before, where it's been 5-on-6. And then this in turn has left to people leaving their team because we've managed to turn it. I have been involved in those, but they are few and far between. But people leaving is absolutely atrocious in competitive gameplay.
It's a plague.
Right, mate. How do we fix this?
People leaving.
Yeah. Because Blizzard, let's be honest, they are trying. They will issue their time bans, for constant reoffending.
It's not enough.
Agreed.
If you live in a game, you're getting disconnected, or let's put an argument, right? My internet, I pay for Wi-Fi, and I don't have the greatest internet, and every now and then I'm getting disconnected. What then? Well, you shouldn't be playing competitive game.
Don't
because
take that chance.
You and your internet are not competitive. Go back to quick play. Do us all a favor. I mean, I respect you as a human being. You might be far more capable player than I am. But by you leaving mid-game, getting disconnected, coming back next round when you already lost the objective, it's not good enough.
No.
Not good enough.
No.
If we're playing competitive, you need to be competitive. So if your Wi-Fi online connection cannot handle this, 10-minute game, which usually lasts, the round in Overwatch, I don't think you should be playing competitive because you're making other people miserable and you're ruining their day, and it's and you're not having fun. I think getting disconnected.
Absolutely right. And I think, to be fair, mate, here we are being very generous. We are making the positive excuse for the reasons why people are leaving this game. It's really fair to assume that's not what's going on here. Did I happen to come across 4 players in the space of 2 hours that all had poor internet?
I doubt it.
I doubt it. And plus, when people leave, when they take that objective. And it's like, usually, what the hell? Someone's just left. What are you doing to us?
Have you noticed? They usually leave in when there's like team kill or like triple, or someone have this special and kill half of the team. They took the objective, or end of the round.
Yeah, end of the round. That's definitely the more common. So that second round, it's like, okay, that wasn't great. It wasn't. We need to do better.
Yeah. And he left.
And he's left.
Yeah.
So, do you know what? Thank you for your input. You, like the rest of us, didn't offer enough for the last round, but now you have just made it a real uphill struggle for the rest of us. So, thanks for your time. You've ruined us. And the other thing is, of course, the best way to deal with this situation is constant reoffenders.
Yeah,
you get your warning. You get your telling. You have now been warned. You know what? You've now been warned 3 times.
I mean, mate, it's not even about points. You just wasted my time.
Yeah.
I put my time, my valuable time that I could do something else, into that game to have fun. Fair enough to get points, to get highest score, to get that medal, that prestige thing that no one really cares about. But maybe that day I really care about it. I really want to do well. and I was playing, trying to get those points, and
Yeah.
you leaving just wasted my time.
Absolutely.
And it's not fair and not okay. And Blizzard doing, fair enough, doing something. It's too little too late, I feel.
It is too little. I am going to now submit a confession to this podcast.
Do it.
I have left games.
Jesus.
I know.
I'm leaving.
True. Now, but what I would say is, on this one occasion, I left because my partner, the light of my life, decided we needed to do something right now.
Right, okay.
So I turned it off. Well, as I turned it off, and then I went to look at my points sort of thing, and when I went in, there was a time up.
Yeah.
And it was something like, 10 minutes. Right?
It's nothing.
10 minutes.
It's nothing.
We've had this conversation off podcast. It's nothing. It's running upstairs, going to the toilet, coming down, going to your fridge, taking a quick slurp of milk from the fridge, putting it back, sitting down, 10 minutes. It is absolutely nothing.
Well, you can tweet about shit as well.
Yeah, Overwatch is crap. 10 minutes gone. It was absolutely nothing. Now, I didn't rejoin in 10 minutes. My gaming had finished for the day. But it's like, wow, that must really hurt people.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. Right, so the way to hurt them, you said before, it's not just about points. It's not. But that would be the way to hurt them.
Yes.
It's a competitive game. We are trying to build points.
Yes.
You, by leaving, have sacrificed the rest of your team to, between 20 and 30 points loss due to losing this game. Easy. Because the odds of you having a good game have now become slim as well. So, you could get constantly battered, and so your points loss might be a bit higher than what it would be if you had a good game, of course.
Yeah.
So they really have sacrificed you. I believe there should be a penalty that goes to them.
Yes. How you mitigate that? People leaving, right? So penalty. That's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? They taking a big point hit. Yeah.
Yes.
They're losing more points.
But I think the people that are left behind sacrificed should almost be given a benefit, if you like. Right. The 6 people in a team.
That will encourage the people leaving more, because if you have 6 people, you take a hit today, and we take no penalty or anything.
No. What I'm saying is, like, right, there's 6 people in a team.
Yeah.
Let's divide that by 100. Right.
Yeah.
So 5 people, 20%. Like 15%-ish.
Yeah.
I'm probably miles out. I apologise. But so, like, maybe if you're losing 30 points in that game, let's take 15% of them. So, like, ding ding comes off. So you're still losing points for the loss, but deducting 15% because 1 person left. 2 people leave, deducting 30%. 3 people leave, deducting 45%. But do you know what? The people that leave, they take that. So let's say you would have lost 30 points. You're now going to lose 25. The extra 5 comes off their score.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it.
That sounds reasonable.
That's the way to make them, because they leave then, they lose their 30 points, whatever. But do you know what? When all of a sudden it's 55 points every time, because I build this, I may be very wrong here, I kind of build a picture in my mind that it's regular offenders that do it, almost like, oh no.
I'm bored, we're never going to win this game.
Yeah. What's the point?
I mean, I would even simplify that. Just whoever leaves and get the full penalty, right? So let's say it's 25 points, right? Rest of the team takes a penalty, but only half of the penalty. So let's say 25, 30 points. So they're getting like 15 points.
Yeah.
All the 15 points that left gets added to his points. So now he's taking about 75 points hit.
Yeah.
15 times 5, that's 75,
Yeah.
So he now takes the 75 plus his 25. Now, he takes
100 points.
100 points.
Yeah.
It's like, whoops, you shouldn't have been leaving.
But you know what? That's after getting an adequate amount of warning as well.
Yes.
Stop doing this. Do not keep... you are not a competitive Overwatch player by doing this. So, therefore, ding, take the hit. You're taking the point hit. Because we're going to put you in a lower bracket if we can. You know what? You're going to be playing bronze.
Or even, mate, even if you don't keep, leave it as it is. Leave it as it is, he leaves, we still losing points. But just double, triple the penalty in the points for his game. So, he's losing 75, 50 points for leaving that game. That's a hit for equal for three wins, isn't it? 3 wins. So now he just lost triple the amount of what he would lose staying in the game.
Yeah.
That he will think not twice but 3 times. Should he have pressed that quit game, leave early, turn off the PlayStation or Xbox or whatever?
Because you know what? If he doesn't leave and then doesn't interact in the game, that's when you can start reporting them. Yes,
exactly. You're getting reported not playing a game, whatever. It is. I mean, every now we all get in a game that someone is just not great. He's trying, but he's getting killed. Sometimes the other team is just better.
Yeah,
they just outsmart us.
Just got to accept it.
Yeah, you just take it. It's oh shit, better luck next time.
Take the lesson.
Yeah.
What are they doing there? Wow. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, I can see it. Take the lesson. We've learned as we play. We've emulated things we've come against, and that's kind of the game. But yeah, people leaving, I think, is a major issue.
Well, that's just our ideas that we come up with, now. But Blizzard, if wants to keep an Overwatch alive competitively, I think it needs to act immediately.
Yeah,
they already start with that. Avoid as a teammate. That's a baby step.
Yeah.
That's a baby step that should happen in 2 seasons ago.
You can only have 2 for a week.
Yes.
Avoid forever. I never want to see this person ever again.
It should be at least 10 people. 10 people.
Yeah, give us more.
Yeah.
Like I say, it might be a baby step in that it will build. Do you know what I mean? And then, it's a bit of a reflection when almost 10 different people have opted to avoid you as a player.
Yeah.
What's the deal here?
Yeah,
let's check you out. What, you've left this many games. For us, it really had a negative effect towards the end of season 9.
Yes.
It really dragged us down. We play as a unit, 3 of us, and all of us, it was really getting to us all. So much so that we haven't tackled any of season 10 yet.
Yeah. I've stopped enjoying the game.
Yeah.
It just instead of I was looking forward to okay, I have half an hour. That's 3 games. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Now I have half an hour. You know what? I might listen to the radio or something, read a book. I'm not into it. I don't want it.
I mean, I'll be honest, I started clowning a little bit. Not too much, but at one particular game, we was attacking on, Nepal.
Right.
And fair enough, we're attacking, but we had the situation I mentioned earlier, healer or tank. We had the likes of Tracer, Genji, Hanzo, Sombra, and McCree, possibly, someone in that bracket. And it's healer, tank. Well, I went Diva. So it got to a point where, okay, we're all kind of rushing the point and blah, 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 and I'm watching them all get killed. Then I can rush off the point to that heal pack, hold up. And I'd almost rush off the point back to the door. And then I'm waiting for them coming. And as they're coming, I was, hello, hi. And then we all attack together again. And I'm watching them all get killed, and I'm just taking a couple out, and then I'm on my own, out again. I was just going in and out off the point, and Christ. I was almost when you watch a marathon, you see the people stood by the side of the road clapping. I got so frustrated that's almost what I was doing. I just stayed there, and I'm just waving at them as almost watching a wave of 5 of them go past me, and then coming again from the base and just constantly waving. It's oh my God! Please, can one of the 5 of you see what's going on here? Okay, I can't say, I'm carrying you all. I'm not, but because I've got more, XP, shall we say. I can stay HP, of course. I can stay alive longer. I can be more active. Yeah. I can, do that, but I can't do it on my own. I need you assault characters to start taking them out or change.
Probably you have more XP than them,
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, it is a plague. It is a cancer to this game.
Yes.
People not playing to the role, to the objective. It's killing the game.
It is.
It's a team-based game.
Yeah.
You need to play as a hero. You need to sometimes swap as a healer. You need to stop like DPS or your tank and be a healer or be extra attack person.
What is, like, if you like, the mantra of a hero? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So think about everybody on your team, not just yourself.
I did read an interview with one of the Blizzard. Don't remember his title or his name. Sorry, guys. I will be better prepared next time. He was saying that they're looking into it, hero-based gameplay or type of game. So, for example, you want to play as a Tracer because you love her. She's cute. This, British English girl, with those massive super killing guns and time warping powers. What is not to love, right?
Yeah.
Personally hate her. But she's a great character. And you want to play her so much. So make the game mode that people can enjoy and play, hoping to get the DPS character, assault character, right? So I want you to play as the assault character. So put me in the game where people need assault characters.
Yeah.
Right? So this way, no one's disappointed because you get to play as your Tracer. Given, I think there's more players that like to play assault. So if everyone to play as a Tracer, Reaper, Soldier, Sombra, whatever.
Let's try not to group them all together.
Yeah, and then you may find out that instead of waiting 30 seconds for the game, you wait in 13 minutes for the game. Because you know what? In your group, everyone wants to play as assault. And there's so many of you, there's no one left as a healer, tank, or defense. Something to think about. But this is what they're afraid of in Blizzard, that it will complicate the game making and there won't be enough people to make an actual game.
I mean, ultimately, it's down to the people to make the right decision. And,
of course,
that they can't take away from that. I will, just before we move on, just touch on Tracer ever so quickly. The biggest contradiction in the game. Because I love her British accent, and she has got probably some of the best voice lines in the game. But we hate her!
I mean, I love her and I hate her at the same time. She's very annoying when she's against your team. And the player in the enemy team, it's better than your Tracer, and it's so bad.
I'm kind of remembering now, just very quickly, when we was in a skirmish, and she's just sat there, hiya, hello. Yes. And Marcel just got behind her with Reinhardt. He's like, I've been waiting so long for this. And just smashed her. You had to be there, of course. Right, mate. Is there still hope for the game? We've said we feel that it's killing the game,
it's killing. Overwatch is dying. It's losing the players to Fortnite, to other Battle Royale games. They not innovate fast enough. I know that I think last year they were bragging they had 30 million or something players. I'm pretty sure it's not accurate anymore. The active player, base, it's shrinking. I could feel it by the end of season 9. Yeah. The time you have to wait for the game was longer and longer.
Yes, it was.
It was very annoying. So if they still want people watch League and play and buy the loot boxes and just play the game, they need to innovate. They need to do something. Of course, there is a risk that the changes they make will just annoy people and they will make them, even more frustrated.
At the end of the day, you can't pander to the negative influence in the game. If choices you make push them out, that ultimately would be a good thing. Because you want to keep the positive in the game.
Yes.
And ease the negative out.
Always aiming to keep the majority happy, right?
Yes.
And I feel that something needs to change quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure if it stays as it is, Season 10 is going to be my last season.
Yeah, I think we've both said that.
And there was a couple of times that I already hold my finger on the delete button on the Overwatch after a few nights of really poor gameplay from the strangers I had to play with. Sometimes I'm not saying I'm always sometimes it's my fault. Sometimes I'm being a shit and and not holding a point for long enough.
I'm being that person, eventually I turn it off. I think okay, after completing the game, it's like it's not working tonight.
Well, we lost. Let's finish for tonight.
So I think that's a good place to wrap up this episode.
Yeah, the conclusion, Overwatch needs to change.
Yes.
And sooner the better.
Please bring it back. Bring it back to what it was. But it needs the players to do it. Yeah. It needs the players to play their part as well as Blizzard. So we have a final segment before we wrap up our podcast.
Well, remind me, what is it?
Next week resolution.
All right.
And of course, based on the tradition of the New Year resolution, it's something we want to encourage ourselves to do in the following week.
Yes.
So, do you have a next week resolution?
Yes. I'm thinking I will try to do stuff around the house, around my personal life, to sort shit out, and so that I can have more time for gaming. Do more gameplay on the mentioned Overwatch. Maybe not that week, but the week after. Yeah. Do more Overwatch and more God of War, of course.
Nice.
Boy.
Yes, I like that. So plan your home life to allow yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've all got partners. We all know the drill.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that does wrap up.
What is your week? You before you run out.
Right. Okay. I'm still not completed God of War. I'm just enjoying it, savouring it. I do want to start playing more Season 10 Overwatch. Yeah. Still, I'm not quite ready to let it go yet. I want to cling to it. And I will be disappointed if it gets to the point where I've had enough. But, same, mate. Overwatch, God of War, pretty much.
Right.
But, we're going to wrap up anyway, episode 2 of this podcast. If you have listened along with us, thank you. We do appreciate it. Please check us out. We've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, our YouTube channel, Eurokies Entertainment. If you search Eurokies on any of the social media, it should lead you to us.
Oh, yeah.
It shouldn't be too difficult to find us. Please like us, follow us on whichever format, and speak to us. Let us know, did you enjoy what you heard? If you didn't enjoy it, please be proactive in your comments.
Yeah, constructive criticism.
Yes, we would appreciate that. But thank you for listening, and I'm sure there'll be more to come in the future.
Hell yeah.